in the F1 score, we take the harmonic mean of precision and recall. So it basically is the best overall metric when classes are imbalanced. So this is how we calculate F1 recall, precision and accuracy using the confusion matrix, and the confusion matrix look like this. These on the y-axis we have the actual positive and actual negative from the data set, and in the predicted positive and predicted negative on the y-axis. So for example, this is a simulated data set. We can after using these values, we can calculate accuracy, precision, recall and F1 score accordingly. Now coming on to the next question, which is question number 6, part A, that is how are missing values handled. We have to suggest any 3 common approaches. So missing values are basically non or null values in different rows in different columns in our data set. 3 common approaches that we use are deletion, mean median imputation or regression imputation. We have talked about it earlier as well. We simply remove the row that contains a missing value, that comes in deletion part. In mean median imputation, we basically calculate the mean or median and replace the missing value with mean or median. In regression, we basically predict the future value or estimate the value which was missing and replace it with the predicted value. Then in the same question number 6, the part B asks us to explain logistic regression and the use of logistic function to calculate probability. So the mechanism of logistic regression is something like that, that we have a linear equation which is y equal to mx plus c. In this case we have written z equal to wx plus b, and the logistic sigmoid function. So the logistic sigmoid function, it basically squashes the score into a range. It gives us a range, it gives us a probability, you can say, and this part squashes the probability between the range of 0 and 1. So that's how it is done. So this is the sigmoid function, which is 1 divided by 1 plus e to the power minus z. So for example, we have weight and input equal to 3. In this, the slope is where the weight we can manipulate. X is the input value and b is the bias, that is the intercept. So for example, the bias is 4 minus 4 starting from negative, right, and the weight is 15 and the input is 3. We can see that the current prediction would be 3 only. So the linear score which we will get, z, is 0.5, and for the probability we will use this part of the sigmoid function, and we will get a percentage between 0 and 100, which will be 62.5% in this example case. Moving on, now moving on to the next question, which is question number 7. We have to explain k-means clustering algorithm, which steps and how initial centroids influence results. So it's an iterative process. In the step 1, we initialize, that is, we choose k random points. If there are if we want 2 random points, then we can select 2, or if we want more than 2, we can select more than 2 as well, depending on the data set and the expertise of that domain. Then we assign every data point to the nearest centroid using Euclidean distance, whichever, like for example, we have 2 centroids k1 and k2, and the data point, suppose the data point Euclidean distance is lesser for K1, so it will fall under the K1 category. So then we update the centroids, that is K1 and K2, by using the mean of the newly added data point, and then we repeat 2 and step 2 and number step 3 uh, while updating the centroid as well, until all the points are separated in different k random centroids. The influence of initial centroids is basically how the k-means work. So k-means is a greedy algorithm. It climbs the nearest hill but doesn't know if it's the highest mountain. So it's basically, if two centroids initialize in the same natural cluster, they might split it permanently, while leaving two other distinct clusters merged together. So basically, the different random starts, the different random starts yield different final results. Like every time if we select different number of keys, it will give us different result. So techniques like k-mean plus plus spread out initial centroids to ensure a better starting position. We can also use silhouette scores, etc. for finding optimal k value, etc. Then in the question number 7 B part, we have to demonstrate a clustering algorithm which is KNN, which is k nearest neighbor algorithm. It is a lazy learner type algorithm because it doesn't learn a model during training. It memorizes the data and calculates prediction on the fly. So it's basically, it selects number of neighborhood like done in k-means, then it calculates the distance between the new point and every existing training point using Euclidean distance. It finds the uh, nearest top k smallest one. Basically, it's sorted. It then sorts the distance between. It then sort. It then sort the distance and pick the top k smallest ones. Then the majority class among these k neighbors become the prediction. For example, here we take an example of this training data sets. The new point is x33. Classify x with k equal to 3. Like where will this new point lie in this, in which of these clusters, right? So first of all, we calculate distance 2 to from this, like 2 minus 3, 2 minus 3 whole square plus, and square root will give us this distance for every point we will calculate from this initial point, right? We will get these many differences. So suppose neighbor equal to a, neighbor we suppose we take three neighbors a, b and c, like red blue. So the result will be 2 red versus 1 blue. So as we have two classes over here, red means hot and blue means cold, right? So in which class would this new point go to, in the red class or in the blue cold class? So that's how we determine this.